Hi, Venu. Um, Good evening. I hope my voice is audible to you.
Yes, you are audible now.
Perfect, perfect. All right, Venu. So I am waiting for some more people to join in.
Yep.
Yes, Venu. I think some more people are joining in. I'm just waiting.
Yes, yes, yeah.
All right. Cool, Venu. So I think we'll just start in a few minutes. We're expecting some more people on YouTube. Okay. Uh, all right. Yeah, Venu. I think people are joining in. Perfect. So my voice is audible, right, Venu, for you?
Yes, your voice is audible.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah, I'm also observing on the YouTube that people are joining in. Um, I think yeah, we should be casually starting in another minute. I think the mail has gone to everyone. I will also remind everybody again if so anybody would like to join. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but I'm not sure that whether it is
cool.
audible in YouTube or not. Can you check on that?
I think perfect, perfect. Yeah, I'm. Yes, Vino, it's audible on YouTube. I can also hear the voice of myself on yours. It should be perfectly okay.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Okay, so let's just wait for another few minutes and let's have everybody coming in and start the discussions. Just in the meantime, maybe we could just ask hi, everyone who have joined here. Oh, thank you very much for confirming it's audible for all of you. Um, yeah, guys who are here, pleasure and thanks a lot for joining in, who have already joined in. So, we are waiting for some more people to join in the meantime. So, if you have any specific questions, and things like that. So you could definitely go on to us. Okay. All right. Great. Good to have you guys here. So we have 12 members now, Venu. Right, guys, just in a minute to go ahead. I think we should be good to start. So quite in meantime, so let's just have a quick introduction to each other. By the way, I am Suraj. I'm the co-founder and CEO at Decibels, and we have joined by Mr. Venugopal, who is a co-founder and CTO at Decibels, who handles all the technology backend at Decibels, and he's specialized in the areas of electric vehicle powertrains and also as an automotive overall. So Venu pursues his master's in KTH, uh, Sweden. So his majors is in vehicle engineering. By the way, Venu is from Andhra Pradesh. So he studied he's from the close around the place by Guntur, and he studied at Geetam. He was a gold medalist at Geetam, and then me and Venu know each other very well for quite some time. So then Venu joined Decibel. It was a competence factory at that time. Then we continued our journey. So he heads the whole division at on the EV technology right now at Decibels. So the main interest to have this discussion, I would say, even to host this session, because there are a lot of students who are interested to pursue masters abroad. Uh, as such, there are many students, as I say, and who would like to pursue. But the challenging thing is there is a lot of shift in terms of technology and in terms of the learning, the way we learn in India and way we learn the subjects in abroad. I would not say that it's something not completely different, but yeah, there are huge difference in between the way we learn here and way we learn there. So a lot of students will face a huge challenge and difficulties to adopt from the learning approach in here and then the learning approach back in there. So it'll be very tough in the very beginning days for many students. So what we thought is, because we have Venu has himself undergone that overall situation, and he prepared himself to scale up better within the quick time. So we wanted to sort of conduct a small a session, an interaction with Venu, where we will be able to discuss what should be the preparedness in terms if you want to go for a masters in abroad, and majorly in the areas of automotive and also in the areas in mechanical and in overall specifically such as aerospace too, right? So this is in a overall scope of the this webinar, I would say, in the session too, what we will be discussing. So I'll be posting some questions to Venu, and Venu will come back and answer those questions. That's how the whole discussion is going to happen. And by the way, in the mid time, so you guys have any questions, so please do drop them in the chat box. And by that way, we will be able to interact with each other and take things ahead. So that's the whole part of it. We expected to have about 45 minutes of a discussion. And then, if any of the questions, if so, or maybe 30 minutes plus any of the discussions, if so. So cool. Hey, Venu, I think pretty much ready from your side, and I hope it's all audible to you.
Yes, yeah, it's audible and yeah, I'm ready.
Perfect, perfect, fantastic. If so, you can come on screen. That would be great too. If so, you're comfortable on it. If not, we'll just jump into discussions.
Yeah, sure, we can do that.
Perfect, perfect. Awesome, Venu. So, just wondering, yeah, I think we can close the screen too, which is the screen which is on the projected screen. So
Okay.
maybe stop sharing would be working out at this moment. Yeah,
Yeah, I can just click on stop share then.
perfect, Venu. That would be the thing.
Yeah.
We can see you, Venu. It's all good right now on the screen. So
Okay.
let's start with, like, by the way, how is your day going on? How is your studies going on at KTH, and how things are at your place in terms of the activities, and maybe the weather is too cold to, I think, -9. So
Yeah.
how are things going on at KTH and in Sweden?
Yeah, it's going great. Yeah, as you said, like studies for like almost we are done with the studies, and I'm at thesis point now. I got thesis in like Scania, where I'll be working on like batteries and stuff. So that's about like studies. It's going good, great. Coming to like the everyday life, yeah, here the climate is like very cold. I think yeah, up to yesterday it is like -9, and today it reduced to like -6 or -4, somewhere around like that.
Wow.
And yeah, outside is like full of snow now.
Quite challenging, I think, compared to India. So for sure, yeah, the weather is about, I'm in Bangalore, so it's about 25, 28. So
Yes.
quite a difference of a time. And also like weather. That's a quite difficult thing to adjust for Indian students when they come to Sweden, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. Like India is like at least like from south part of India, it will be like very hot compared to north. So yeah, when they come over here, it will be like very cold for them.
I
But yeah,
agree.
they can eventually habituated to these temperatures.
Totally agree. Totally agree. Cool. I think good to know what's going on there. So let's start ahead with the quick question. And the first question I would like to sort of put across is, you know, how was your university selection process? What was your sort of points that you have listed to make an idea that I should select this university, and like what was your key points that you thought about? I want to pick up this area of studies as my interest. So can you please run us through a little bit more on that, so it's sort of a good way to start it, and then I can go into specific questions.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, basically like there will be like a set of people, maybe like a three set of people, if you consider. So some people will be having like a clear cut idea, like what they want to do in the future, which means like they will be having like a really good set of thoughts in their mind, like they want to do this particular stream. And there will be some people like who don't have like a proper background, in the sense like they don't have like proper person to guide them. So they'll be like thinking of like what they can do, or like what they have to pursue and all these things. There will be like a third set of persons, like what they will do is like, yeah, after the bachelor's, like they will directly go to the jobs, and they'll continue their life like that. So I am also like one of the person in those three groups. But the thing is like I belongs to like a second stage, where I don't have like a proper person who can guide me, like what I have to do after my bachelor's and all the stuff. So in bachelor's, as you all know, like I have taken like a mechanical engineering. uh, yeah, I mean, like people will ask like why you have taken a mechanical engineering. Actually, like when I completed my intermediate, I don't have any reasons for taking up like mechanical engineering, because at that point of time I'm not matured enough to say like why I have selected mechanical engineering. But everyone is saying like take electronics engineering or like this stuff. But I don't know why at that point of time I have taken mechanical engineering. It might be because of my past experiences in the family and all the stuff. So yeah, yeah, my journey started in mechanical, and then I don't know, like I started working on vehicles as a part of mechanical stream. I have worked on like Baha vehicles, or like go karts, electric vehicle developments, and all the stuff. Then I observed like I tried to analyze how the future is. So at that point of time, everyone is talking about like electric vehicles. I mean, like it's not that trendy at that point of time when I'm doing bachelor's, but yeah, people started talking about electric vehicles. Then I thought like, okay, this is something interesting for me, at least to pursue my future. And then I started looking into sorry, electric vehicles, I think in the second year of bachelor's. And then I started learning about electric vehicles. By the end of fourth year, I got clarity that okay, so the future is gonna be like on electric vehicles. Then I thought like, okay, after my bachelor's, what I have to do? Then I thought like, okay, whether I have to go for job, or like I have to do more on like a technical side. For sure, like as you said, like yeah, I have a good amount of CGPA, and yeah, gold medalist from Gitam. But I'm like I can get somewhere the good job with some good package. But my aim is like not to go for a job, because like if you go to the job, I might end up doing something else which might not interest me. So that's where I thought like, okay, this is not the point which I have to select. And then I thought like I have to take some time and plan my career. So at that point of time I thought like, okay, masters is something which I can do, where I can explore like out of India. I mean, like, yeah, I have seen already the how Indian studies were going on and all the stuff. And I thought like, okay, I have to give a try and understand how the other people around us were doing. So that's where I thought like I have to go for masters. So then I'm mechanical background, and which course I have to select. So basically, as mechanical engineering, as I told you, I'm interested in electric vehicles. There are like some options like automotive engineering, or like vehicle engineering, or like yeah, electrical and electronics engineering, something like that. But my main focus is towards like automotive and vehicle engineering. Then I started looking into the universities. Yeah, we all know like we are having some universities in Germany, Sweden, UK, and US, and all the stuff. Then I started comparing each and every university based on like my interest and what they're delivering. So I mean, like after comparing all those things, I came to know about like some universities, like example like the KTH which I'm doing, they're doing good in like vehicle engineering. And if I take like Chalmers, which is from Sweden again, they're also doing good in like automotive engineering. And there are like some other universities in Netherlands, like Delft, these universities. So my first target is like Sweden, because like I have to keep in mind about my language. So here it is like I mean, like English taught courses will be there. So I thought like Swedish, I mean, like Sweden college is my first priority. Then I kept Germany and Netherlands. So first I tried for vehicle engineering from KTH, and luckily I got into KTH. So yeah, that's how my journey started to Sweden, and now
Fantastic.
I'm in like KTH doing my master's in vehicle engineering.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah, how was you a little bit of a struggle with maybe consultancies? How did you sort of was it very difficult for you to decide, okay, this is a university I have to apply for? Was there any idea behind that, okay, this is a subject I will be possibly taking up? So how was sort of like that worked out for you?
Yeah, basically like there will be consultancies who will be helping out the students, but the thing with the consultancy is like we have to be very careful. I mean careful in the sense like we have to express our ideas or thoughts. So let's say like I'm the person who is going to pursue my masters. If I go to the consultancy, they will ask you like your interests. So if you don't tell them like your point of interest or like what you wanna what is your career or like career plan or future plan, then what they will do is like they will directly apply for like whatever the course they find out, and they'll give you some course. But that's not the point. Like we have to be always targeted for something. So when I went for like consultancy, some ex consultancy, yeah, it happened same thing for me, because like as I told you, like I don't have a person who can guide me on that. So first I thought like okay, they'll get me like a good courses or like a good colleges. At first trial they have given me like a set of colleges. Then I went through the college list and the courses. There were like very normal colleges and like very normal courses which I can do in like India also. Then I was like, no, it's not my area of doing my masters. My area is like towards only automotive. So we have to be like very restricted to that, and then only they will apply for those things. So then they told like if you're applying for automotive engineering or like for vehicle engineering, then you need to have like a set of what you call these things, set of certifications or like a set of knowledge. You should have like all those things. So then they told like okay, these are your requirements. Then I collected all the requirements. One of the requirement is like I should have like proper knowledge in like control systems, or like proper knowledge in like a model based design, or like uh, usage of Matlabs and other softwares. So then I got like know about like all the requirements. So then I started like thinking whether I have to go this year or like I have to take some time to go for the masters and do that, because like after knowing about the requirements, I have to pursue those requirements, and then I have to come for the masters, because I'll be speaking about more if there are some questions related to that, why we have to pursue those requirements and all the stuff. So yeah,
Right.
like that we'll get to know about the requirements.
Perfect, perfect. I mean, sounds good. Sounds quite solid to understand the pain of the students in the very beginning stage. I
Yeah.
think the quite you have also gone the same way. Perfect.
So here
So
I want to mention that like I would suggest like students, if they get some course, if they are not interested in, please don't come for like a masters thinking that okay, I got the course, okay, I'm going out of the India. Because after coming over here there will be so many problems if you don't like the course and if you're not really interested in that. And here the problems will add it to that particular thing, and it will become like very hectic for you people. So take some time, think of what is your career future, and then only decide upon like whether it is really interesting and that's what you are looking for. Then only come for masters. If not, take some time and plan your career. Yeah.
true, I think that's absolutely a wise thing to tell to a lot of students, who may not have a clear idea before taking it up, and then they will have a lot of challenges to sort of, pursue the masters and continue
Yeah,
it
because
further
like
on.
yeah, I have been receiving like many messages on LinkedIn's and my personal social medias asking for like which course will be good for me, or like whether the college, which course will be good in the college. Most of the people are asking like which course will be good, but they're not asking like I'm interested in this course, how can I get that course? So yeah, I want
I
people
agree.
to first select their interesting course, and then start asking like questions, how can I get that?
Right, right. Totally, totally. I think that should be the mindset,
Yeah.
definitely, because or else it will be very tough, like to pursue and also like, even get good job opportunities after completion.
Yeah.
Right. So perfect. I think then I'll go to the next question, and that was a quite detailed way with explanation. The first questions. Thanks a lot for that.
Yep.
So the next question is, hey, how was your shift from Indian education to the education in abroad? Maybe in terms of your lab activities, maybe also in terms of the way the courses are taught, like even the way the courses are chosen. So like, how was that? How do you feel? What was it difficult for you? Like, are your friends in the beginning were from India? So how was it? Like, can you just run us through a little bit about it? Maybe you had your interaction with your friends too. So please run us through that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, coming to the education system, like I will try to bring out like majorly three differences. Okay, yeah, where everyone can understand like what is the major difference between foreign universities and our Indian universities. So first of all, like the teaching methodology will be almost the same. Like there in India, we'll be using like normal teaching using the presentations and the same. Here also the same way of teaching the presentations. They'll be having like a set of presentations. They will run through them. But the thing or but the difference is like in India we'll be having like a detailed explanation of each and everything. Okay, but here when you come to the masters, they'll expect or like they'll think that you are in like a certain stage, which means like you already completed like the basics. So they won't go into like in depth about each and every topic that you are teaching. So they will go on like top level or like the industry level technology. So whatever the course you are taking, so they will teach that course in the industry level. So what happens is like if you're I mean, like everyone will think like we are good at like each and every subject, but when we go in depth into the subject, then we'll get to know like the pain in the subject. Okay, so that's the main difference we'll observe. So we'll get habituated to like taking everything from the teachers in India, like because yeah, Indian teachers will teach everything like step by step, but here it won't be like that. So that's the one major difference. So we have to get habituated to that, which means like we should have like a proper tech background, as well as like we should have like proper basic knowledge. So then only we can cope up with the level of teaching they are doing over here. Otherwise what will happen is like you have to spend lot of time to cover your basics after coming over here. Okay, so that's the first difference you'll find out. And secondly, coming to like yeah, the labs. So yeah, labs will be like very good over here. You'll have like each and everything at like industry level labs will be there. For example, recently I have done one course on like batteries. So I got like industry level testing equipment for testing the cells and all the stuff. So it also depends on like you, which means like the student. So he has to plan his subjects. If for example I have taken like a vehicle engineering, but my focus is towards like only on electrification of the vehicles. Okay, in vehicle engineering there might be like so many subjects like related to the vehicle, which might not come into like electrification of the vehicle. So there I have to plan my subjects, which means like first I have taken like some set of courses which are needful for like understanding the vehicle, and then I went to like other domains like other streams apart from vehicle engineering, like mechatronics or like chemistry departments and electronics department, so where I can get all the knowledge. So here we are having that flexibility, which means like we can shift your courses, whereas in industry, I mean like in bachelor's we will not be having that option of shifting your courses from one stream to like mechanical to electrical to electronics like that. So that's like one of the option you'll be having. And as I told you about projects, so it all depends upon you, like if you really want to have like a hands-on learning, so they will provide you the platform. It's all up to you like how to utilize it. Okay, so they won't be back of you like you do this experiment and get the data. They won't give you like a manual sheet like this is how you have to do the experiment and all the stuff. It's all you have to sit in front of the equipment, try to learn about that, and try to do your own experiment and get the data and analyze it. Which means like it's like if you go into the job, so there is no one will who will teach you all these things, right? So it means like they are giving like a pre-industry exposure to us. So they will give everything to us. Okay, so we have to do everything. If you face some problems, then yeah, for sure they will help us out. Okay, so that's how like a lab works will go on. Coming to the assignments, it will be like totally different from Indian strategy of doing the assignments to like foreign universities, because like we know like how our assignments will be like, it is like writing everything like theoretical and all the stuff. But here it won't be like anything which you are writing on paper. So everything will be on like softwares, and you have to write a proper report for each and every assignment. So yeah, and again there will be like a plagiarism check for your assignments, which means like you should not copy this much percentage, more than this much percentage, let's say like 10 percentage. If you copy more than 10 percentage, then they'll ask you to again rewrite the report, and at some point of time, if you're still doing the same thing, they may debar from you, like from the particular semester or something like that. Which means you should be very very careful about doing the assignments, and you should have like a proper knowledge in like softwares, basically like a Matlab or Simulink or Scilab and this kind of things. So because like coming to my vehicle engineering, most of the assignments have done in Matlab. There are other softwares, but yeah, most of the assignments were done in like Matlab. And yeah, it takes like lot of time to do the assignments. It's not like in India, like where we can complete our assignments in one day, writing all the theoretical questions. It won't be like that. If they give one question also, it will take at least 1 week to solve that. Yeah, it will be like that, which means like there will be some standards. So that is like a third point of educational difference in assignments. And yeah, apart from that, I don't think so. If you have any questions, yeah, I can discuss on those things.
Sounds good, Vanu. I think I did hear about a lot of students, struggling to make the assignments. I mean, like a lot of students, even I have interacted to, like they have submitted it, but they got the feedback that it is not up to the mark,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the grades are low in the beginning, and they were never able to figure, what more we have to do. I
yes,
think then they took a feedback from faculties, and then and then they were able to sort of understand what is really the assignment is, and then like they were able to sort of cope up from C grades to like a baby B or like A something like that. I've
yeah,
heard. Yeah.
yeah. There will be like option that if you, I mean, like here the grading system will be like A, B, C, D, E, F, and FX. So if you're on verge of like FX, they will give you like an assignment. So then if you can solve that assignment, then they'll move you like from FX to F. And similarly, if you're at like I mean, like it's up to us. Like there won't be any restriction on like how many number of times you are giving the exam. Okay, because like they're having like this as a freedom, so students can give as number of times as possible for better grades. Okay, so what is the advantage of that is like there won't be any stress in the students' mind that they have to. I mean, like in India, I mean, like I'm not saying about like this bad in India. I'm just comparing those things. So let's take an example of like in India, we'll be having like only one chance, or otherwise like we have to pay some amount of money and we have to do it later. Okay, which means like there is a stress on the students that he has to complete the exam in like at a single stretch. Okay, otherwise like if you fail in exam, like there are a set of people who will be surrounding us, always pointing us that you are a failure, some kind of thing. But here no one is going to question you like you are a failure, you have failed in the exam. No one is going to think about all these grades. The thing, only thing they'll consider is like what you learn, how much you have learned. That's the main criteria. So if you fail, then you can take up the exam in the next coming period and you can complete that exam, which means like student will not feel that stressful, and he will freely write the exams and all the stuff. And examination, yeah, the point came here, the examination, how the examinations will be. So basically examinations will be around like 5 hours, 4 hours, or like 6 hours sometimes. So yeah, I have seen up to like a 5 hours exam. So where you can bring your food to the exam, and yeah, it's up to you. Like you can bring whatever you want. You can bring a bunch of fruits or like ice cream, whatever you want. You can bring, you can eat while writing the exam, and yeah, it's up to you totally. Yeah, you can sit for like 5 hours of time if you want to write the exam, or you can write in 1 hour and you can go back. So it's like that. And another thing is like in India we'll be writing like theoretical questions, right? Like 1 page answers for like 6 marks questions or like 12 marks questions. Here it won't be like that. You have to be like very straightforward with your answers. Let's say like if they ask you to explain about like Ohm's law, in India we'll be writing like Ohm's law, so and so, like it is a relation between voltage, current, and R. In theoretical words we'll be writing. So here we no need to write all those things. Just V equal to IR. That's it. You'll be getting like 2 points. So it is like just direct, straightforward answers. So you have to prepare for that also. Yeah, in the starting I also faced some problems with this, because I thought like the exams will be in the similar manner. So first exam I have given over here is like some exam on vehicle components. which is theoretical exam. I thought like it will be Indian style, and I have taken like so many editions. Then I faced like the invigilator will be there, right? She's laughing at me. I didn't understand why she's laughing. Then like after my exam, like I asked her, like what might be the reason. She told like these like highest amount of additional sheets you have taken, like that. So yeah, so that's how the exams will be over here, which means like you have to be very straightforward with your answers. Only one line or two lines max. That's it. Yeah.
Right, right. I think it's quite comparative. I can also imagine the way I used to do, like, highest number of sheets you take,
Yes.
like, you might have assumed that, you've written the best exam ever.
Yeah.
So it's quite opposite over there. So good, good. Right, so I think quite just jump me into third question. So that is basically, hey, just run us through some specific tools like softwares they are used in master studies, like, because a lot of people may not have a exposure to them, because all of a sudden if they have to learn the software, learning a software may not be a very big thing, but getting the exposure to that domain, like,
Yeah.
really making things would be very, very tough for the students. So it would be really good to know what kind of softwares they use, and how would be the application point of it. Can you just run us through a little bit on that?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, basically like in overall, if you consider like all the courses, one common software they'll be using is like Matlab, which is used for like model-based design of every system. So it might be like vehicle engineering, or it might be machine design, it might be mechatronics, or it might be electrical or like electronics engineering, whatever it might be. Matlab is like the common tool for everyone. So and which means like a model based design is like very very important over here. So they will say you like they'll give you a system, that it might be a transmission, or it might be like a motor, or it might be like a battery, or it might be anything, nut or bolt. So they will give you that details, and they will ask you to simulate those things in the MATLAB. Okay, let's say like they'll give you like all the details of the transmission, and they'll ask you to find out like efficiency of the transmission, and what is the losses happening in the transmission, and all these things. Which means like in real time also, like if you go to the industry, so mainly industry people will be working on like MATLAB. There are some other softwares which I'll discuss those things also. So that is like, yeah, in industries they'll give like set of inputs to simulate that particular component, and then they'll write the programming for that, or like develop like a step of equations. So for that we have to understand like how the transmission will work, and then what are the inputs and what are the outputs. This is what is called as like a model based design of a particular system. So we have to identify what are the inputs, what are the outputs, working mechanism, equations governing that system, and all this stuff. And then we have to input them into like MATLAB, and then into the Simulink, and then into the Simscape, and try to analyze all the results and compare the results. After that, what will happen is like they will give like a real time equipment. Let's say like if you want to tune your motor, so what they will do is like they will ask us to develop the code for running the motor. Then we have to implement the logics such that whatever the input you're giving, your real-time motor should follow that. So they'll give the motor setup and everything, so we have to match those real-time and model. So that's one software, MATLAB. It's common everywhere. And another one is like IPG car maker, which is mainly for like vehicle engineering or automotive students. And we are also having like uh, console, which is for like battery departments. And for motor, they'll be using like ANSYS and console again. So yeah, these are like set of sorry, for a machine design, we'll be having like a Siemens NXCAD, or like CATIA, SolidWorks. We are having like so many things. But yeah, they're also after doing like a CAD software, they'll be getting some data, they'll importing it like MATLAB, and they'll try to bring out like some analysis in the MATLAB. Which I want to bring out here is like MATLAB is like MATLAB or Scilab, which is like a very very important tool over here. So yeah,
Right,
these are some of the softwares.
perfect. That's a good run through. That's a good run through. Yeah, I think it's quite different here. Like, MATLAB is considered to be the most toughest, in most of the college days. Maybe even if we just learn, like, basic requirement for the examination or something like a lab. So I
Yeah.
think I think it really requires to sort of practice. It is not just like, we know MATLAB, but I think it'll be more like, how many projects you have done using MATLAB, like how many hours you may have used the MATLAB. Maybe like at least like 50, 60 hours of practice on the MATLAB would definitely be a pretty decent exposure to the students, I believe.
Yes, for sure. Like before coming for the masters, they should have like a proper command on the MATLAB, and they should have like proper command on like on control systems, and proper command on like the tech course that they're going to take. Because after coming over here, each and every assignment and each and every work that I have done is fully on like MATLAB. So totally on MATLAB.
Right, right. I totally get it. I think in the industry also using MATLAB extensively, I think they own
Yeah,
about
yeah.
80% of the market share.
Yes, and here there won't be
Absolutely.
like any introductory courses where they'll teach you like on MATLAB and all the stuff. So you have to be
Right,
like, you have to be really cope up with those standards. I mean, like their level of or like pace at what they're teaching. So if you are not good at like a MATLAB, then what will happen is like you will feel like low, which means like other students will be going far ahead apart from you, and you'll
right.
think like, okay, I am a little bit slow. So if you want to come out of these things, then before coming to the masters, you should have like proper command over MATLAB, or like
Yeah,
model based design of the systems, or like yeah, I forgot the another word, but yeah,
perfect. I think that sort of says that okay. I think majorly MATLAB. I think with that maybe there are other softwares like maybe IGP CarMaker or
yes,
Comsol,
comes
right?
on. Yeah,
Comsol, right,
it depends
right.
upon like what stream
Yeah,
they are selecting.
absolutely, right,
Yeah,
right. I I think yeah that surely depends upon the Department of Engineering and subjects they would take up in their own place of
exactly.
it. But yeah,
Yes.
I think MATLAB would touch base most of the areas because it's a model-based design. So anything
Yeah.
specifically to that specific type of modeling, then I agree with that will be a specific
I would say
software, I
around
guess.
like 75% MATLAB will touch base here. 75
Wow,
percent Yeah, in each and every course, MATLAB will be there for sure.
wow,
Because like that is
that's
one of the tool where we can visualize everything and simulate everything. Whatever it might be motor, or each and every
right.
component of vehicle can be keep into like a MATLAB, Simscape, and everything, and we can observe everything, the details and stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, at Decibels, like as such, we use MATLAB for powertrain. We also use MATLAB for
Yeah,
cell. We have MATLAB for BMS. We use MATLAB for motor
exactly.
controller, like control system engineering. Everything can be definitely modeled and learned as analyzed as a system.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. Fantastic.
As I
So
told
I
you, like
think
control system is very, very important. Again, control system and model based design. These are
right,
like very important terminologies, are like words. Basically, like when you're applying for masters, they will ask you like how many credits do you have in control systems. So if you're
right.
not having like proper number of credits, then yeah, which means like you're losing your application in universities.
All right. I think yeah, that's a very important thing possibly to mention. Like a number of credits which
Yeah,
which is required to suffice the university requirement at abroad. That also plays a very important role. I think we remember we discussed in last discussions that if students doesn't have enough credits part of their academics, I think they can add up with their experiences, other
yeah,
certification
exactly.
courses, right? I
Yeah,
think
that's what I'm going to bring out now. Like, yeah, I have observed like many people, like almost 20 to 30 people have messaged me like in the last 1 month or something like that. So everyone is having the problem of control system. They're asking like, sir, we are having the issue with like this control systems. They're asking for control system credits, but in India we don't have that. What can we do? So the only suggestion here is like you have to do some certification courses, and you have to showcase yourself that you're good at control systems. So which means like there are like many certification courses available for control systems, or like model based design, or like proving yourself that you're good in MATLAB. So yeah,
right. Right. I think for the people out there, they would know decibels. I think most of the people are decibelites. They might have
yeah,
already gone through a lot of courses, and that would be really, really good for them
yeah,
as we have helped many students.
yeah.
Fantastic.
And yeah, I got the point over here. Like I really want to mention over here recently, like I just went for a, I mean, like it might be out of the topic, but yeah, it is really needful over here. I went to like a small party over here where some of my friends invited me for a party. So in some discussions, we discussed like where we are from and all this stuff. Like then I came to know like one guy um who has taken courses from the decibels. Okay, we are sitting in front of each other. We are discussing. I asked him like, "Where are you from?" He told like he's from Bangalore. Then I asked him like, "Where in Bangalore?" Like he's from like Bannerghatta. Oh, I also stayed there. Then I asked him like, "Do you know like?" uh, the office. I told like office. Then he told like, yeah, I visited that office for some of the courses. Then I really shocked, like which courses you have taken. Then he told like so and so course from Decibels. Oh, okay. You are from Decibel. Then do you know Venugopal? He told like no, because like yeah, I'm teaching many courses, but every time like I'll be in like offline mode, which means like no one can see my face. Then he told like no, I don't know Venu. Then I told him I am the Venu who taught you this course. Then he told like this course really helped me like to get into the masters. Then I felt like very very happy. So that's like yeah, that's the first experience I had over here. And recently like yeah, just like 2 days back I met another person. She has taken like one course on like lithium ion cell and BMS modeling from Decibels. I think it's in the month of August in summer.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, I just met like her 2 days back. She sent her like a connection in the LinkedIn, and she's from KTH. I met her in the like exam hall. I asked her like, "Do you have you taken any course from Decibel?" Then she told like, "Yes, I have taken." Then I felt like, okay, nice. So yeah,
Quite good. Quite
I mean
good.
like they're
Definitely.
having some good impression on like our courses and all the stuff.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm quite happy to hear that, Venu. Definitely overcrossing the borders from India and students looking from abroad.
Yeah,
I think we have observed many students. Even there are lot of research scholars from France also have taken up courses.
yeah,
I've
yeah,
been communicating with them, so quite happy to see even a lot of students going abroad have been engaged. So actually, we are coming up with like a 6 months program. We are in a process of planning where it actually meets all the technical requirements and total their technical preparations towards masters. I think we can discuss little
yeah,
in
yeah,
last stage for sure if people are interested. Cool. I think I'll bring you back to the last question. So,
yeah.
hey, how do you say about taking a break of 1 year to start masters? And if you tell me on the front, like I really suggest students, but what is your opinion on that? Like taking a break for 1 year and then planning your masters. Do you feel it is the right way?
Yes. Yeah. Here, there will be like I mean, like I would again divide into like a two set of people. So if you really think that you are good at technical skills, and if you think like you are good at like what is the about the course that you're going to take, and you're good at like the softwares, and you're really confident that you're gonna I mean like learn many things from that particular course. So then yeah, you can directly take that course. It's not at all a problem. But there will be some people who will directly come without any prior knowledge and all the stuff, which means like I mean like it's not the mistake of the student. It's because like I won't say it's I mean like it's not a mistake from a student or consultants or whatever it might be. It's the situations which made them to do like that. But if you don't have clear cut idea on like what you want to do in the future, and if you don't have like a proper set of technical skills, software skills and knowledge, then please do take like 1 year of time and try to build your I mean like what do you call this resume or like whatever it might be. I mean resume in the sense like build your technical skills and software skills and all the stuff. Then come for the masters. Like then only it will be very useful for you. If you directly come from like a bachelor's background to like a master's background, as I told you, here it will be like a industry level teaching will be there, and you will be I mean like spending a lot of time to reach that level of teaching. So in order to work, I mean like be aware of this, I mean like be far from these problems, I would suggest to take some time and then take some certification courses or like whatever it might be. Not only certification courses, build your own career and then start applying for the masters and then come over here. So yeah, I would always suggest like take some time and come over here.
Right, right. I think I do agree with you because there'll be a lot of pressure. You're
Yeah.
studying, you have to apply for masters, then prepare your GRE, maybe prepare your German languages. Like
Yes.
it is going to be a huge pressure, and I think rather than running through that because you're making a huge decision for your career and for your for the life and a lot of investment you're making to study even there. So I
Yes.
think taking that 1 year break, I totally feel for many students it would be a very perfect landing time that to figure out what they want to do and write the better LORs, get the
Yes.
better LORs, like write the better SOPs. I mean motivation letters and I think research more in terms of what subjects they want to take it up. Definitely, I think I totally
Yeah,
in
I
sync
mean
with
like
you. Yeah.
one more suggestion is like before applying for any masters, please go through their college website. They'll clearly mention like the syllabus. And if you really want to go in depth about the syllabus, there will be like many people, communities like Indian communities will be there on the Facebooks from so and so college. You can contact the students over here and ask them, can you please send me the details of that particular course, because I'm planning to apply for that. Because like yeah, we are always ready to help you guys, because like yeah, we are always like we are here to help you, the people who are coming again, right? So yeah, we'll help like that. Then go through the syllabus and then analyze yourself like okay, how good I am at this particular point of time. Okay, if I go there with this knowledge, can I cope up with the syllabus they're having? If not, then don't come, please. So spend some time with yours, I mean like 1 year of time on that particular subjects you are going to take up, and then achieve that knowledge, and then apply for the masters and come over here. And it will be easy for you also to get into like that particular course. Otherwise, if without anything, if you apply also, sometimes you lose like application from that particular interested university or something like that. So yeah.
Right. Right. Totally agree, Venu. Totally agree. I think yeah, that's my input too for a lot of students who are planning out for the masters. I think yeah, that's pretty much from my side, Venu. In terms of questions I had, also like I think we almost consumed about nearly 40 minutes, 45 minutes of our time. So I think let's go for questions in the chat box.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, so I think the first question we addressed that question that was from Tariff, I think. Yeah. So um, cool. Abhinash Mohapatra suggested regarding some courses for bachelors that ones needed to be in the good touch master courses in general, and maybe you speak about your master's course. I think you address that the majorly on control system engineering, and also any specialization you're trying to take up. That would be the addressed question. Um, are master students allowed to take research assistant as a professors and carry out research apart from mandatory master coursework? Would you like to address that, Venu?
Sorry, I'm just scrolling. Can you repeat again? I'm just
Oh,
looking for
right.
something over here.
Okay, sure. Sorry about it.
No.
Um, yeah, so like question is, are master students allowed to be research assistants and the
Uh,
professors and carry out research apart from mandatory master course?
yeah, I mean
Would-
like research assistants. I'm not really sure about that. Like it all depends upon like your grades over here and all the stuff. But for sure, like you can apply for like a teaching assistants, which means like if you complete that particular course and if you're having like good grades in that particular thing, then you can apply for what you call this teaching assistants, and you can go for like lab assistants and all the stuff. Research assistants also it is available. Yeah, I think there are some set of rules again for that, how you can get into as a research intern. I think it's after masters. I'm not 100% sure about that. Maybe I can get back to you on that about like research intern.
Right,
But after
right,
completing your master thesis, yeah, for sure you can become like a research intern in the university. There are opportunities. I know like many
all
of my
right,
seniors who are working as like research interns over here after
okay,
masters, not during the masters, because the master course that they're taking itself will be like really hectic, which means like they'll consume a lot amount of time, where which means like that particular subject will not allow that particular student to focus on other things,
right, right.
because like some people will be having like a idea of doing like part time and all this stuff. So if you're taking some courses like vehicle engineering or like really technical courses, then it is like very difficult for you to guys to do like part time or like doing something like this.
I agree.
Means like it
Agree.
is like fully occupied courses will be there.
Right, totally, totally. So it's true. I mean, it's quite need to be also like it's not like okay, you could always earn money to live yourself, but it is also to get a lot of pressure because that obviously it'll come with responsibility. That responsibility means you have to dedicate time. I mean, then you will have a lot of assignments, and then you will not be able to balance between your research assistantship and then
Yeah.
academics. Then it sort of becomes a very very challenge, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay, cool. I think
Because
we're getting a lot of questions.
our focus after coming over here is to be mainly on like our technical skills, how we can improve our technical skills and our daily I mean like the courses which you are taking. So if you're good at technical skills and if you're good at your courses, then there might be chance of getting into some good companies and all this stuff. If you
Right.
keep that aside and if you're mainly focusing on like part times and all this stuff, then it might lead to some other things. So yeah,
Exactly. Exactly. I agree with you. I agree with you. I think focus is to study. Let's put the first priority for that,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then other things into place. Cool. So there's a one question. Could you
Everything
please?
has to be like properly planned. That's the
I
main
agree.
thing.
I agree. I agree. I
Yeah.
think there's another question that what could you please tell me which is better, Simulink or Simscape for BMS modeling? Okay, just to sort of heads it up, I think I'll just take that question up.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So Simscape is really good, but it is sort of that you don't learn anything, but just do or use whatever it is there. It is good in terms of many things, but I think I would I or even we would suggest you that you could start definitely with Simulink and build things in Simulink, because by that way you will learn things in detail with equations and with physics. That is what is very important, because if you use just Simscape, there is like already built-in functions, and you may not be able to gain really what's going on. And tomorrow, if you want to build something on a research which is on your own for a new problem statement, you'll never be able to do it. So use Simulink, and that's the best way to do it. And then once you get 5 years of experience, then you can use Simscape, because like by that you already know what is the requirement, and you know how to change the system, tune the system, or make modifications.
Yes.
Cool. So that's my suggestion. What do you say,
Yes, exactly. Simscape, if you have like really good amount of knowledge on the particular system, then you can go for Simscape. If not, Simlink is the best choice because you have to derive your own equations,
Yeah.
understand the system, and then implement. It will give like a good amount of knowledge. Simlink.
Right. Right.
So
Perfect.
first, it will be good to work on Simlink and then go for Simscape.
Cool. I think there's one more question quickly, so we're running up of time. So, what
Mhm.
kind of internships is expected, or what will be sufficient? Um, Quite well. So, would you like to take it up, What kind of
Yes, sure.
internship is expected, or what will be sufficient?
Yeah. Okay. So internship, as many people, I mean, like students from India are facing problem related to like control systems. I would suggest like people should take like a certification course on control systems. That's the first priority thing. And apart from that, another certification course on like simulation tools, maybe Matlab or Simink. If you have it in your college and if you think like you're good at that, no worries. If not, please try to learn on your own or like take some certification course on that simulation tool. And coming to the third, it is totally on like a tech, I mean like technology that you're going to select, which has a course. Let's say like if you are like a vehicle engineering background and if you're mainly focusing on like electrification of the vehicle, then there are like certain courses like powertrain technology, powertrain courses, or like courses on like transmission, or courses on like vehicle development, which means like F1 cars development and all these things, how the force is acting on these things, and the batteries, the motors, everything. It is totally on like electrification. And if you're planning for like on the motor technology side, again like you can take up the courses on like control strategies for the motors or like motor design strategies. So these kind of courses. And if you take up like machine design courses, then you have to mainly work on like CAD softwares, right? So some courses related to like certification related to the CAD softwares. So like that, it depends upon totally on like which focus or like which area you're going to take up in the masters. If it is machine learning, then you can apply the same courses like let's say like powertrain development in machine learning using machine learning. So it means like top notch level of courses. These are like I mean, like powertrain simulations using the machine learning, like something like that.
Right.
It all depends upon like course stream you're selecting.
Perfect. Perfect. I agree. I think just adding on to that, see, it's not about, I would say, like, where do you do an internship? For many people, they want certificate, big names and stuff like that, which I always strongly feel it is not about the name. Like, what is your knowledge level which you have really gained? And
Exactly.
what is that project you have worked on in that internship? You can get a project in an internship at Bosch, but if you haven't done anything except a documentation, there is like
Yes.
no use of that basically experience what you have gained. So the very
Yes.
important thing is, did you learn? And like was is that learning improved you many times in terms of technically, or maybe if it is a non-technical activity, and what kind of activity is that? So focus on that. And my perspective is like at least get 6 months. It's better, the duration, because it is something valid, because if you just do for 1 month, how much you might have learned in 1 month, right? It's a very, very short time. Look for 6 months, and that is very solid. And do ensure that you do something related to your area. I think that's the adding point with Venu's discussions.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Cool. I think there are a few more questions in terms from students. Is the 1 year master worth compared to 2 years masters? I think a lot of students in UK have 1 year. I think now many other universities are 2 years. I think, yeah. Would you like to go on that? And also there are further on questions, guys. We just have 2 minutes to end
Yeah,
this session.
personally, I would suggest like a 2 year master course because there will be having like a thesis which you have done for like almost like 6 or 7 months of time, where really you'll get like industrial exposure when you're doing that thesis, and you also will get like chance to work in teams when you are in like some project courses because like last I have taken some project courses which went for like almost like 4 or 5 months. So the projects also will be like a very interesting projects will be there. Where we'll be receiving some projects from like companies like Volvo, Scania or something. They'll give us the projects and they will ask us to do those projects. Okay, so whereas in 1 year master it will be like I mean like it's 1 year of time, so you won't get the proper amount of time where you can spend yourself on like doing the projects or like getting industrial exposure and all this stuff. So I personally like 2 years master courses.
Right. Right. I think there's one question I should be able to quickly address that. It's is it worth doing masters in automotive engineering and get job abroad? And I think it's very tactical thing. It's just depends upon many scenarios. Like, okay, which university you would study. I mean, what is your scores like? No, I would not just score. What is your technical competency which you improve? And like, maybe it all depends upon situations like COVID, if so comebacks, and like, it depends upon many things. If you ask me, is it really worth straight away? Yes, it is worth if it's successful. Okay, because that's how it is defined. But
Yes,
if you put your efforts, I'm sure it is going to be. But the packages are really decent, right? I think it's about 2.5 lakhs up to 3 lakh, 3.5 lakhs packages students would get after their masters. If they
yes,
get placed in most of the companies, that's an average package, I think, for engineers over there, right?
yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're having like a pretty good decent package for there.
exactly.
Apart from packages, like they will learn good amount of knowledge and stuff.
I totally sink in with you. I think that's a very important thing, because it's very important to get an exposure in the very early stage. And a
Yeah.
lot of engineering activities happens in abroad. And for sure, being there and definitely getting good experience is also important in the first few years. I
Yeah.
think, yeah, if you ask me, it's really worth for sure. I mean, it's all also depends on you, situation, business,
Yes, exactly.
everything.
All depends upon like the personal. There. I mean, like up to now, what we are discussing is like in general view. So for each and every person, there will be like again personal
Right.
views, right? So I'm not talking about their each and everyone's personals. Just it's like general discussion. It is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think we'll surely discuss them in our master courses, maybe for individual students. We are only trying to take up 10 students. We
Yeah.
just sort of wanted to bring it up on discussion. So, guys, we are planning to have like a 6 months pre-masters. It is a total technical preparation any student should do before they go to masters. That their masters become more easy for them, and also not just easy, they can be more successful in terms of getting jobs. Be very clear in what they want to do in terms of activities at the engineering universities, and what subjects to take. We will have interactions with all the students who are pursuing masters in abroad, like how Venu is discussing now. We have a lot of other students who have taken up programs, and maybe alumni of decibels. Like, that will be a 6 months program. On weekends, we are planning to catch up with all of them. We only plan to take 10 students. Like, as I always say, quality is very important, and we also don't want to just rush everybody to masters. It's like very few people will be taking it up. That's called pre-masters. You may receive an email that will be upcoming in other week plan. So it will be a 6 months of a learning, like an online approach learning. Again, there will be a lot of interactions with the individuals like Venu, a lot of other people across the globe, like US, Europe, UK, Sweden, like, and then things in Canada and things like that. So people from Canada and things like that. So you can definitely get a more exposure by taking up the pre-masters program. We will release the details across to you. You can definitely wait for that, and we'll look forward to catch up further on. So good, good. Right now we have a few questions, Venu, here. How important to publish papers? I think we addressed that in the past. It's very important to publish papers and also gain some exposure to definitely know how to publish a paper, because at least by that way you know what is plagiarism, how to write a
Yes.
paper, what is the
Yeah.
format of it, structure of it. I believe that's what you say also, right?
Yeah, that's exactly the same. Here, every assignment will be like publishing a paper only.
I
So
agree with you. I agree with
you have
you.
to be very, I mean, like
Yeah,
good at
yeah,
publishing the papers or
perfect.
writing papers.
Right. I think, yeah, when we can take up the further questions personally. Guys, you can reach us on contact@decibelslab.com. That's our email ID. And you can also reach us through this number. If you have any further queries regarding your master's, I'm just dropping my number here. So kindly drop in a WhatsApp message and then find a convenient time we can catch up on the call. So please don't just ring up. So it's quite difficult. I mean, it may be disappointing for you if I'm not picking a call. Drop a message, find a convenient time. We will be very happy to help you out and at least give a direction if you don't know something, or put you into somebody who may know better about things. So, and if you have any queries, I would preferably tell you like do reach us through the email. It's contact@the rate decibels belslab.com. Okay, so I'm just writing down the email here, email ID here. So great. So that's our email ID, contact@decibelslab.com. So for any questions, you can always just drop in the emails there perfectly. And then if you can just use WhatsApp, we can discuss and find a convenient time and take it ahead. So awesome then, Vinu. It's fantastic discussing with you, and enjoy your cold winters. And
Yes.
we'll see you forward to catch up in the upcoming weeks.
Thank you, and all the best for everyone who attended the session and who is gonna listen the YouTube.
Yeah,
All the very best. Thank
pleasure,
you so
Vinu.
much.
Thanks a lot for making your time up, and thanks a lot for putting it into a structure and delivering it very heartfully, and making it an impact to students who want to pursue masters. And I also wish everybody all the best. And thanks a lot for listening up. And we'll look forward to catch up in the upcoming weekends. All right, guys. Until then, thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye. Good night. Good night, Vinu.
Good night.